Hey guys, Jessica with Southern Sparrow, and we are diving into the question and answer section of the National Mahjong League's annual newsletter. So we are on question number 4, and this is a similar question to ones that I've heard from you guys about joker exchanges and when they can be done, and can they be done as part of your call and exposure for a tile on your turn. So here is the question as it's written in the newsletter. Please tell me if this is done correctly. Debbie is playing a quint hand. I'm Debbie in this scenario. The player to the left of Debbie discards a 7 crack. Here's our 7 crack. So the player to my left has discarded a 7 crack. Debbie calls the 7 crack. I say call and exposes on her rack 7, 7, joker, joker. Only 4 tiles. Debbie then, oops, I would need this. Debbie then steals a joker from the player to her right. So see, the player to my right has a joker exposed in their pung of flowers here. So I want to then say, I'm going to swap for your joker. I take the joker, I put it here with her flowers, and then I add the joker to form my quint here. Debbie then steals a joker from the player to her right. Debbie places the joker with her 4 tiles, which is what I've done here. So now she has 7, 7, joker, joker, joker. Now she has 5 in her exposure for her quint, and her turn is over. Here's what the league says. Once an exposure has been made, a player cannot then initiate a joker exchange and add the joker to the exposure. Although it is the same turn, these are 2 separate moves. If the joker stays in the exposure and the player discards, the player has an incorrect exposure and the hand should be declared dead. So once I start that joker exchange, it locks in my exposure. So if I'm Debbie in this instance and I have this as my exposure before I start the joker exchange, joker swap, I have 4 exposed here, and then I say, okay, I'll take your joker. That's closing this exposure. I'm then locked in with 4 of a kind in the 7 crack. I can exchange for these jokers if I end up with the 7 cracks, but I cannot change the number of tiles or the type of tiles that are up here after I've initiated that joker exchange. I have to have all 5 tiles for my quint if I'm going to expose that before I make that joker exchange. So that's just a little nuance there, that if you are calling a tile and exposing, yes, it is your turn, and yes, that is your opportunity of when you can make those joker exchanges. But you cannot make a joker exchange on your turn as part of the exposure that you're trying to make. Meaning, if the player to my left discards the 7 crack, and I only have 1 7 crack and 2 jokers, I don't have a 3rd joker to make that quint, I cannot call for this tile and make that exposure as part of that hand. I could pivot and find a hand that works with a Kong, but I don't have enough tiles to make that quint exposure that was talked about in this example, because I would need to initiate that joker exchange first. Hope that helps. Happy Mahjong, y'all.